How's it going, my RWBY friends? The Volume 6 poster has been released for RWBY, and we can see a silhouette of what looks to be Cinder. Before we get into that, though, we can obviously see Salem, the moon behind her, this creepy-looking Grim in the corner, which might be the Manticore that they were talking about before. We got Yang, Weiss, Blake, and RWBY, Team RWBY back together, and we got Ozpin and Oscar on there. And that silhouette, which looks like Cinder. Technically, we don't know if it's Cinder or not because we don't see her face and the front of her. But, I mean, come on. It's got a Grim arm on the left side of the body, which is where Cinder had her Grim arm on the left side. And it looks like her hair, and it looks like her physique. The only difference is this is a new outfit for Cinder. But that's highly possible given what happened to her in Downfall. Perhaps the other one got ruined in the water or whatever's down the cavern and the frost and all that. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it might not be Cinder. RT does like to pull fast ones on us. They like to misdirect and trick us. You know, it's kind of something that they like to do. They also love cliffhangers. So probably this will be a cliffhanger coming up in Volume 6 where we're like, wow, is that really Cinder or not? And then we'll find out if it is. That's my guess. If it's not Cinder, who could it be? Emerald comes to mind. Now, Emerald can, you know, cause hallucinations or illusions to people using her semblance. And we know that her semblance was buffed very much so at the end of Volume 5. Now, whether that was a temporary buff due to her emotions at the moment, or if it's a permanent buff, we don't know yet because we haven't seen her use her semblance after that. So, it is technically possible this is Emerald taking Cinder's form due to her semblance being evolved, due to her love for Cinder, and due to Cinder no longer being alive. I'm saying if this is Emerald and not Cinder, then Cinder might be gone. But I don't think that's the case. That's definitely a crackpot theory. I guess technically someone could also say it could be Neo, but we've never seen Neo actually change her entire appearance to be somebody else. We've seen her change her outfit, her hair color, stuff like that, but never her entire appearance. Only Emerald has been shown to do stuff like that so far. So it is possible, but I do personally think it's Cinder. I didn't think Cinder was gone. I think most of us probably thought that Cinder would still be alive. She's just a character with too much plot armor. She's got too much importance to what's going on in the show. And to kill her off, it just seems like very, very unlikely, nearly impossible for her to really be gone, at least in Volume 5. Who knows what, you know, might happen in Volume 6 and onwards. That would be a whole different story. But it does look like it is Cinder. And I guess I'm happy about that somewhat. Honestly, what I don't like about Cinder is that she doesn't seem to learn her lesson. She was, you know, silver-eyed by RWBY. She got frozen. She couldn't even talk for a long time. She could barely move properly. It took a lot of like rehabilitation and training for her to get back in her, you know, to get back, not at peak level. I don't know how you want to put it, like to get back to normal, but she's not really normal. She's half Grim, but you guys know what I mean. So it took her all that. It took all that healing and rehab, etc. And then she ended up making the same mistake, underestimating her opponent again at Haven. She underestimated Raven, got her you-know-what kicked, and this is like a recurring issue with her. So if Cinder comes back, still cocky as ever, I'm just gonna want her to be killed off, honestly. But I'm hoping she's developed. I'm hoping she smartens up. I'm hoping she learns from her mistakes. And if she does, then I will be very happy with that, and I will definitely like her as a character again. Right now, I'm like on the fence. I do like Cinder, but the fact that she keeps making the same mistakes, being overconfident, it just makes me a little bit bored of her character, to be honest. So I hope, you know, hopefully if this is Cinder and Cinder comes back in Volume 6, which I'm 99% sure it is, and she will, hopefully there's some character development there, and she learns from her mistakes, and then she would actually become very dangerous. Because she is a very powerful character, but when you underestimate people like that, you misplay, and then you get whooped. And that's what happened with the Raven fight. Now let me get a sip of water real quick. So that's it, Volume 6, released on October 27th. RWBY AA, I believe, coming out on the 26th, or 25th, I think the 26th, though. So that's going to be awesome. So I'll be covering the game, RWBY Amino Arena. I'll be covering the RWBY Volume 6. Leave me your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Do you think this is Cinder? Do you think it's Emerald? Do you think it's Summer Rose? That was another theory going around. I had a few people on Discord mention to me that they thought it could potentially be Summer. Now, the thing about that, it doesn't look like Summer from the back. Now, I will admit, RWBY does have a similar hairstyle to Cinder from the back, I guess. At least this current hairstyle that Cinder has. So, I mean, I don't think it's Summer because it looks just like Cinder, but, you know, like I said, we don't see the front of it, so who knows. I really hope it's not Summer. Honestly, if Summer ends up being like part Grim, and if Summer ends up being alive and part Grim, or alive and, you know, Salem or something like that, I'm going to be really disappointed in the show, to be honest. I think that's just such a cliche thing, and they could do so much better than that. But all in all, it's looking like a very dope poster. You know, we don't see Nora, Ren, We don't see Jaune, we don't see Sun, any of those guys on here. It's just Team RWBY, Oscar Ozpin, Salem, this new Grim, which is probably the Manticore, and probably Cinder, a silhouette of her. You also have the smoke going on there, kind of looking like Grim Mask a little bit. So I guess that could be seen as Adam. I'm talking about the middle of the poster. You can see that red lines through the smoke, which kind of looks like the Grim Mask that the White Fang used. Obviously, you know, we had the character short for Adam, so it's reasonable to assume that he's going to be an important centerpiece of this volume. So that could be a little nod to him. That's really about it for this poster, guys, and about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and again, leave your thoughts down below about Cinder, about if it's her or not, and just about Volume 6 in general. Anything you want to say, leave a comment down below. I'll take a look, I'll get back to you, and I will see you next time.